Welcome to my 2020 WWE Backlash prediction video, or as I'm going to call this pay-per-view, the greatest wrestling show ever. Alright, that's the way they keep promoting this pay-per-view, I feel. And why do they have to try to rip off the movie The Greatest Showman? They're doing their best. It is a Fox-owned entity, but guess this is how WWE's desperate for the buy rate on their network. Alright, so let's get into this. So, last week, if you don't remember, we had TakeOver in Your House. This is the second week in a row where WWE Network is giving us an event, aka a pay-per-view. So, here's what we know. This event will take place inside the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, originally prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. This event was supposed to take place in Kansas City, Missouri. So, pretty much, that's the way things look right now. And there's a rumor, oh, there's no attendance. Technically, there's a crowd. They are allowing their NXT staff to watch in the Performance Center under plastic. Bottom line is, this is going to be the pay-per-view. We have 7 matches on the card right now. And maybe it will live up to the name, the greatest wrestling show ever. Only time will tell. Now, before I get into the card, I quickly want to mention that if you didn't see SmackDown back on June 12th, we had the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Daniel Bryan took on AJ Styles. It was a great match. AJ Styles is now your new Intercontinental Champion. I felt that there was no need to put this on SmackDown because this is, it's a pay-per-view type match. Why wouldn't you want to put on the pay-per-view card? I guess not. That's how WWE went their way with it. Okay, so 7 matches. Let's see how I'm going to organize this because this is how I think it will lead off. So, I think we'll lead off with the U.S. Championship match. Let's start from there. Apollo Crews taking on Andrade. Andrade is contractually obligated to a rematch. You can't make Apollo Crews lose his first title defense, so the winner and still your U.S. champion, Apollo Crews. However, down the line, and hopefully I am correct about this, this will lead to a feud with another lackey of Zelina Vega. Now, who is this other person, you may be wondering? It's most likely going to be Angel Garza. Just trust me. I have a good feeling it's going to be Angel Garza. If it's not Angel Garza, then who else is going to be facing Apollo Crews down the line? Alright, so next up we'll go to Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. A much anticipated match. Many of you know they have a feud. Sheamus started it because he was annoyed at Jeff Hardy making his comeback. A couple weeks ago, pretty much there was a storyline where Jeff Hardy got into a car accident. He ran over Elias. They accused Jeff Hardy of going back to his drug habits. That wasn't the case. Then on Friday Night SmackDown, past episode, they led off with a segment where Jeff Hardy and Sheamus, with a contract signing, Sheamus told Jeff Hardy to take a drug test. Jeff agreed. Test came back negative. However, there was urine in a cup, and let's just say it was splashed on Sheamus. Alright? Disgusting, I know, on network television on Fox. But, I gotta say, if Jeff Hardy loses to Sheamus, something is completely wrong here. They want to build up Jeff Hardy for an odd reason, right? Only makes sense. So why doesn't Jeff Hardy win this match? So I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy. And for Sheamus, I don't know what will happen to him down the line, but only time will tell to see what happens. Okay, so let's give the highlight to the women. Now, our first issue is Bayley does not have a one-on-one match set for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Maybe down the line at Extreme Rules they'll look into it. Think about it. Extreme Rules is only going to be in a month anyway. So only time will tell on that. Okay. So you have a triple threat match. We have Bayley and Sasha Banks taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who are contractually obligated to a rematch, versus the Iconics Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. This is a triple threat match, and I hate to say it, but there's always a way that Bayley and Sasha get the upper hand. If they don't find an upper hand, I will be completely shocked. So, still your champion or champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks. So now we move on to Asuka taking on Nia Jax. They cannot afford to have a botchamania with Asuka. I'm sorry, but first of all, she's now a babyface character. Again. Second, we obviously know that a lot of the female competitors are annoyed with Nia Jax, how violent she is. She doesn't know her own power. And I'm not even going to get into any more of the controversy that's Nia Jax. But at the end of the day, the victim's going to be Asuka if she loses her belt. Nia Jax, under no circumstance, should be winning this match. Even if Asuka is bleeding and sweating down trying to get the upper hand, Asuka could just not afford to lose this match. Alright? I understand last month with the whole Becky Lynch thing that she decided, you know what? The Money in the Bank match was for my belt. And, given under normal circumstances, this would have been a match where it would have been Becky Lynch taking on Nia Jax. Given the normal circumstances, that's how things would have ended up. Alright? So, looking at it this way, Asuka has to win. And if Asuka loses, then something is just terribly wrong with Vince McMahon's mind. And bottom line is, I don't know where Nia Jax goes. I really don't. Maybe she's better off in NXT. Alright, she has no business being on the main roster. She's too violent. And, go on YouTube and look up the countless videos on why the WWE has a problem with Nia Jax. Because you'll see other people rant about this woman's problem. So Asuka still retains the Raw Women's Championship. Now things get really interesting. Okay, so we're going to go on now to the 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal Championship. Now, call me crazy on why I think this person's going to win. Now, you may call me crazy, but I think this person is due for a huge title push. And this has been long overdue for this individual. Braun Strowman, the monster among men, taking on The Miz and John Morrison. Now, first of all, Otis has openly said that he wants to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase with Tucker from Heavy Machinery. Alright? We all know that answer. We all know that we're not going to talk about why Otis is not going to go on a singles run. So let's eliminate that out of the picture for a second. You got Braun Strowman in a 2-on-1 handicap match taking on The Miz and John Morrison. Does anybody remember the last time Braun Strowman had a pay-per-view match where it was 2-on-1 handicap? Anybody remember that? Oh yeah, Braun Strowman defended the Intercontinental Championship and lost to Sami Zayn. Yeah, You know how that ended up. So The Miz and John Morrison, at the end of the day, I'm going to say there's a new champion. I'm going to give the belt to The Miz. Because, let's just face it, The Miz is due to have some sort of title reign sooner or later. I understand he held the Intercontinental Championship so many times. The Miz is a guaranteed future Hall of Famer. There's no question about that. He even beat John Cena at WrestleMania in 2011. For me to say that Braun Strowman's going to win in a 2-on-1 handicap match is completely wrong here. And at the end of the day, I'm going to feel bad for The Miz. Just because they make him look like a heel, and yet they just put him as a jobber. The Miz has certainly a better personality as a heel, or even as a babyface character, to be a champion. I certainly want to see The Miz get one more belt. And let's keep in mind, for The Miz's sake, The Miz is getting older. He's going to be 40 years old in October. By the way, for a heads up, he shares the same birthday with my dad, October 8th. But Miz is going to be 40 in October. Braun Strowman is still young. Alright? Father Time is on Braun Strowman's hand. He's only 36. He has a couple years left. Right? So, your new champion will be The Miz. And it will be awesome. Okay, let's move on. This is going to be a short match. Drew McIntyre taking on Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. No need to get into the background other than MVP. Now, oh my goodness, why am I even bringing up MVP? This is not the 2000s. Why am I even bringing up this jobber named Montel Fontavious Porter? Why am I even bringing this guy up? Alright? They pretty much brought him back before WrestleMania. And I understand he was a US champion twice. And I understand he was a tag team champion once with Matt Hardy. But keep in mind, this guy was in the independent scene for a while. This guy is 46 years old. How was he in the WWE, first of all? And second, I can understand why they want the whole Lashley storyline. But keep in mind, are they really going to put the WWE Championship on Bobby Lashley? Right now, Drew McIntyre is the top person people want to watch in this company. I certainly do. And for Andrew Galloway, he's certainly having the best 6 months of his career. So, Drew McIntyre hits the Claymore kick and wins. And he defends that championship. And be prepared. I knew this was going to be a long title run. I was expecting it. And for Bobby Lashley, sorry. You lose your only chance to get the championship. So, sorry. And now we get to our main event. The so-called greatest wrestling match ever. Edge taking on Randy Orton again. Why are we even having this match again? I thought it was settled at WrestleMania. But no. I guess they're that desperate to promote pay-per-views. Okay, first of all, the attention span of wrestling fans is certainly getting shorter these days, considering that most states are lifting their stay-at-home orders. People are going out again. Do you think anybody has an interest in this match? Do you honestly think anybody has an interest in this match? No. Alright? When I look at this whole card, I say to myself, the only match I really look forward to is the fact that this is the one that gets all the hype. I understand that these are two of the all-time greats. No disrespect to Edge. No disrespect to Randy Orton. But it gets to a point where people just start to lose interest. You know, the attention span of the wrestling fan just seems to keep going down these days. And what makes it worse is all of these shows are not even live anymore. That's what makes this a complete joke of WWE lately. 6 matches are going to be live, and one was already pre-taped, which was the Edge and Orton match. And, in case you're wondering how we know the match was pre-taped, you can thank Dave Meltzer. Alright? So way to ruin the fun, Dave. Way to ruin the fun. But, let's just be realistic and just give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I hate to say this, folks, but Randy Orton's already won this match. And you know why I already know that Randy Orton has won this match? Randy Orton's wife, alright? And I'm sorry to make it a little bit personal with Randy Keith Orton, aka Mr. RKO. His wife went on Instagram and pretty much spoiled the match! Sorry to say it, but Randy Orton was hanging out with his children in the pool, and it looked like Randy Orton was on top of Cloud 9. So, Kim's gonna be in big trouble. You should not have posted that picture until Sunday night or Monday. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like Randy Orton's on top of Cloud 9. Look, I was happy Edge won at WrestleMania. But for Dave Meltzer to first of all ruin the fact that this is not going to be a live match, and for Randy Orton's wife to basically tell us that Randy Orton's already won the match, it's just pointless. And you know how this match ends? With the 3 most destructive letters in sports entertainment. And that is RKO. And for Edge, the comeback ends. You know, Edge could give it all he got, but Father Time is catching up. And Edge is a liability to WWE for legal reasons. I hate to say it, but WWE down the line has got to start developing younger talent. You know, I hate to say it, but those guys are getting older and older each and every day. You have a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds who just keep getting older each and every week. And it just gets worse when your top talent is getting older each and every day. You know, I'm happy Apollo Crews has maybe 10 to 15 years left. I'm happy for him. All those other guys that are on this card are basically past their prime. And at least the good news for Bayley is she's only 30 years old. She at least has 10 to 15 years left. I've seen female wrestlers go into their mid-40s. So, I basically have ruined the pay-per-view for everyone. And if you don't like it, too bad. I'm probably going to get a lot of dislikes. So, trust me. That is the sad state of these predictions. I'm sorry to make it look miserable. But what else is next? Are they going to ruin Extreme Rules? And I suppose they're probably going to give us more botchamanias at SummerSlam. So only time will tell. So, I invest my time. I'm going to see how this ends up. Because it seems after WrestleMania, the quality of the product keeps going down. So, that being all said, thank you all for watching. If you are interested, the pre-show will start at 6 p.m. on the WWE Network. And the show starts at 7 p.m. So, remember that. Till the next one, please take care.